All right, everybody, welcome to April.
COVID-19 edition. That's my part.
Oh, okay.
Gloves, masks, staying at home. It's been weird. Yeah. So we're still cranking away on the van. Got plenty of projects to keep us busy, thank goodness. But yeah, it's weird. I mean, we're at the beginning of April. Peak season for COVID is about to hit, and we don't really know how this affects our plans for when we're going to start living in the van, and we don't really know where we're going to be by the end of April or by the end of this video. So stay tuned.
We've got a lot of electrical work, lights and fans we're hoping to do today.
The floor.
The floor, big project, yeah.
And yeah, we'll see how far that gets us, so.
We'll start there for you.
Yeah. Let's hit it.
Let's go.
We're putting the cover on the vent fan.
Yeah.
So we don't have to look at that foam stuff anymore. And we gotta attach the electric wires. So we, if you remember from our electrical part 1, Christopher had something to say about these vent fan wires, connecting them.
You're going to butt splice the end of the wires. Pay attention to the fact that these wires are black and white. You're going to be connecting to red and black wires. In this case, the black wire is positive and will connect to the red wire. And the white wire will connect to the black wire. It's a little weird color coding there, so be careful about that.
I'm just trying to get the white cover off here.
It's harder than it looks. It's supposed to slide right off, but
It's surprisingly sticky. There it goes.
hey!
No,
Shazam!
I think I got it.
So now we strip the rubber off of each individual red and black wire.
So these are little clip connectors, and like my brother said a minute ago, black on the fan is positive, but black on our wire is negative, so we're actually going black to red and white to black.
And the way you do that is you put them in these little boxes. I forget what they're called.
Yeah, I forget what they're
So,
called too.
you
We want it
make
kind of
sure-
tight,
Yeah, exactly.
and then
you
we.
just push it down. Boom.
That's all there is to it.
Nice.
Do the same for the other one. So we don't want too much hair on the end of these because the way the boxes are set up. So I'm just gonna trim it back. We don't want to short anything, so we'll keep them kind of tight. And that's it. Oh. Boom.
Beautiful. We kept a ton of slack on this vent fan wire so that if something goes wrong with the vent fan, we can lift it up from the ceiling and not rip out all of the wiring.
Right. Should I twisty tie it?
Sure. Sounds right.
Just feels right. Do that.
Nice. Once we put the cover on, that'll hold in there. Perfect. Screw, please. Thank you. Woo! Last one. She's so pretty.
Cover definitely makes it look better. Oh yeah. Look at that.
Those finishing touches
Look
make a
at
huge
that.
difference.
Oh, so pretty. Matches the doors now and that smile.
Now we're onto these lights so I can stop hitting my head on them. So first you make that slice up top. You're pretty much just slicing through that outer layer that makes it easy to feed both of these wires in and around the van. A lot of people don't have wires that have that extra coating, so you might not have to worry about that step at all. If you pinch it this way with the wire cutters, it kind of opens up like that space and it's easier to slide it off.
Yeah. And
So,
then you want to get
yeah.
these guys naked. So you just line it up with the 14 gauge and
Yeah.
then
Ours are 14.
once you cut it,
Make a cut.
yeah, these things take a little muscle, but they slide off.
Nice and easy. Yeah.
Like that.
Boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So that's kind of the first step. It's taken us quite a few tries to get it right. 1, 2, 3 tries to be exact. Now we're pros.
Well, I owe Chris one for finding these cool things. It allows you to basically crimp multiple different size wires together in a single circuit. So when we're doing this, we want to connect. These are all in parallel, so we'll take our negative and attach it to the 2 other black cords here, the 2 other negatives, so that they're all part of one circuit. So to do that, you just feed this guy into the clip and buckle it down like that, and it attaches to a metal plate. So now that I've done that one, we'll go up, we'll do this much larger cord there, and then our last one right here. So in the end, we're just tapping into this circuit. Okay, we're letting it complete, but we're running this in parallel.
Yeah. And that's how they're all connected. It's really nifty.
Yeah,
This is what it looks like.
pretty cool. Makes it way easy.
The final step is trying to stuff all of this up here. Let's take some finagling, but it gets there, I think, usually.
Take 2.
That's not. Round 3. There we go.
Hey.
We've got walls. Check it out. I'm sitting next to one of our walls where the
Oh,
bed
yeah.
will be. So, this is taking a lot longer than we thought. We made the seam right on this major alpha beam so we can screw right into it. And then we're gonna end up covering up the seam with like a white panel piece of wood that we can mount other stuff to. I haven't figured out exactly what we're gonna put there, but it'll be fun. So yeah, this is just one of the walls. We've got one more piece to put over there. We just measured like from the top of where the wall was going to be all the way down to like the top and the bottom of these brackets, and we did the same for each one, and then we measured it lengthwise as well. So, you know, measure twice, cut once. We should double check, triple check, and then we just went for it. All right, one step we're doing before we screw it all in. Reflectix.
Reflectix is one of those things that you have to use properly for it to work. There needs to be a 1-inch gap in between this and the wall for this to even work, and there naturally was. So this is going to add another probably R5, R6 onto our current insulation capacities. Spray foam doesn't have any work against radiant heat. It stops convection and conduction. So this is kind of the third element of insulation that we're adding to the
We
system.
still got our helper.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na, da-na-na.
Look at her
Going the
throwing that
wrong way.
wall in. Righty tighty. Snug. Into the furring strip.
Wall.
Kirsten likes her walls.
We didn't video this very well because it's really a 2-man job to hold up the wall, screw in the wall, hold the wall. We're now nearly done. It's a little janky right now, but that's what trim is for. And then we're gonna put a big board up against this to like pull this together. There was no way we were ever gonna cut this to be a perfectly straight edge that we wanted to look at every day, so.
So we're just gonna cover it up.
Yeah.
Pretend it didn't happen.
We're using these silver screws with self-tappers on the end to go through the metal, because this is gonna be covered by the workbench anyway. But up top, we have these nice, lovely little white screws with self-tapper ends. Got it at Lowe's. Super nice. They're like 1/2-inch screws, so you don't need much to hold up this kind of wall. This is just wainscoting, super lightweight, easy to warp and make sure that it fits to the van, so highly recommend. So far, so good. Putting in the wall. One screw at a time.
Finally, the fun part.
Not too shabby.
All right, babe, what are you up to over there?
Okay, so this is the piece that goes on our back wall right above our 2 back doors. We cut out the little light, so that'll poke through, but this is only prime, so it's showing all of our fingerprints, and when we were cutting, it got some scraped up a bit, so I'm just spray painting it white real quick, so it has a good shiny layer, and it won't get so dirty.
Looks like a lot of cuts there. How long did that take you to get that perfected?
God. I don't even know what time it is, but this is all we've done today. To cut this one piece. All right, it's a Friday and everybody's out working apparently, and we are also working on our lunch break. We're just getting up in the van and making sure that our floor is nice and level. I don't know, what is this stuff?
It is subfloor leveler. Latex base, so it stays flexible.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
helpful. That one.
Yeah, just a little jar is all we needed, and we were going through, filling in the cracks. Yeah, so we have a nice flat surface to work with. I, the other night, sanded these corners down so they're nice and smooth now, because we don't want this seam showing through the floor.
So after we made sure our floor was nice and level, we had to clean out our van because we store everything known to man in the van itself. Once that's clear, we are installing something called Nautikflör. I'll put the link in the description below. Super easy, waterproof, it's marine grade. A lot of people use it for RVs and vans as well. We definitely highly recommend it. Here is what you need.
All right, so we started from the front and we've worked our way back, staggering each piece. So when you do that, you'll have a little excess at the very end, and it'll vary from piece to piece. But for this guy, we just drew a line, and we're going to use a BCT cutter to cut right where we sharpied there. This thing is very easy to use, and the tile cuts like a breeze. You just line it up. That. Nice and clean. Doesn't get any easier. So the shear cutter worked great for straight edge cuts, but for the curved cuts, we need to use the jigsaw. Get the smallest blade you can find, makes it very easy.
So installing these are really easy. On the horizontal edges, they just click into place. It's super simple. And then when you're feeding them in on the vertical edges, you just need to tap it in with a plastic hammer and a wedge. There's a ton of kits online, super easy to find. but that part is a two-person job, and we'll show you why. While he hammers, I am going to feed this lip into each other, and it's kind of hard to do from the other end of the plaque, but that's pretty much the hardest thing about this. So, hammer away. Perfect. Got it.
All right.
Awesome. Okay, so we're ready to embark on the entire floor install. Obviously, that comes with glue. That comes with everything already pre-cut, so we can just lay it out and lock it all together and glue it all down, and we won't run into any hiccups interrupting our flow. What kind of glue do you need?
This is a multi-purpose outdoor vinyl adhesive.
It's thick stuff.
Thick stuff, water resistant, should work great for our application.
Wish us luck. Let's see how we do.
Yeah, let's get to it.
So we are back. It is still April. April is all over the place, honestly. We've been doing a little bit here, a little bit there, on top of the virus and just work and life and trying to figure out how to get this van done, waiting in line at Home Depot forever. Anyway, here's what we've done like during the night over the past couple weeks. Well, no, sorry, it's just been a week. I don't know, I'm losing track.
So just a small side project, you know, we wanted to wire these up eventually. It was pretty straightforward. You take your wire cutters and you strip the rubber off, and then you hook it all up. These ones are, you just screw the wire into place, and then for these ones we use the clips. This dimmer will intersect the circuit, so we can dim our overhead LEDs. So plates next.
The electrical is kind of hard to video because I mean, it would be nice for us to just put all of the electrical stuff that we did in one video, so that you can follow along and say, okay, this is step one, step two, but if you're actually building a van, the electrical happens in so many different phases. Like, we're just attaching the, what do you call it? I don't even know, the plugs and the outlets now.
Dimmer
the wires
switch,
were
yeah.
just hanging out before, but like they're still not gonna work until we like put our control panel in and connect all of the wires together, and that is a project probably for next month. One of the last things that we're gonna do. My point is just do it a little bit at a time. That's kind of why this video is a little bit all over the place this month. We are piecing it together one little bit at a time.
We're getting this guy wired up. And you can see here I've already wired one port, and basically I have to get bare wire in this connection to take place, and you do that by using a crimp connector. So you just want to make sure you get the right size one for your wire. You send it through the connector here, and once you know it's on the other side, which mine is, you simply line it up with the color crimp. You can see the different colors there, and give it a squish. Alright, and you can tell if I did it right based on whether or not I can pull it off. So it's on there, nice and snug.
Hello. Sticking with the craziness that is April, we're doing everything kind of just as we feel like it. We are putting in our tall upper cabinets. We didn't film it because we didn't know how it would go. But it went pretty good, honestly. We have been kind of working on this for the last, I don't even know, 2 weeks. just taking it in and out of the van, like over and over and over again, small cuts, shaving it down with the sander to make it really wedge in there and fit. So this is an IKEA cabinet. You know, we'll be putting it together sort of the way that IKEA, you know, tells us to, but also we have to re-support it in the van so that when we're driving around, it'll stay up. We don't trust the IKEA small screws to really hold it together and hold it in place, so we're gonna put in some support beams, furring strips to make sure it's lodged into the van. And we cut it out so that, you know, it hangs in on the metal, and once we put furring strips here, this gap that I totally messed up will be covered, and you know, it'll have some space to move around and still be really secure. So yeah, come check it out. We're sending our first furring strip in. How's it going?
Whew. Metal never stood a chance.
Convincing. Highly recommend. I mean, this is going to be an awesome amount of storage. And with our bed here, it's not too overwhelming. Yeah, are you excited about it?
I'm excited.
Cool.
Let's get it done.
Me too. Yeah. Okay, you can fit in here.
Not going anywhere once we're done with these.
Eventually that part will be covered by a little wall thing that we have to put up still, so we won't even see them. And on this side, because we will see the outside of this wall, we're gonna just use L brackets.
I'll do the last two with the hand screwdriver.
Looks good.
Yeah.
It's in the right place. Getting it just one rotation at a time. Yeah, this is the problem. It has to be pushed in.
There it is.
And then it locks in place.
Yep. That's what we were going for.
Cool. Put those in for, I don't know, like proportionality?
Yeah.
What will our clothes look like in this closet? Alright, we still have to bolt in the floor, but what are our learnings so far?
The IKEA cabinet's difficult to L bracket into.
Yeah.
You know, I guess for people trying to build, just keep in mind that you want to connect this whole structure, this whole frame, to the metal frame. You know, we weren't quite sure where it was going to go initially, so we're building around it, and having the furring strips was key to making this feel locked in.
Yeah. It looks good though.
Yeah.
We have it connected on the two front corners with a beam. We have it connected down all the sides with two furring strips on each side, and then we'll have it bolted through the bottom too, so I don't know, you can't get much better than that. No van is perfect, you gotta work it again and again till you get it right. No van is perfect. We made it to the end of April. We are still alive, still COVID-free, and not going on our van trip anymore, but we are still building the van, so. Okay, I'm editing this video, and like every video, we forgot to tell you to subscribe if you like us, if you want to learn more about vans, if you just want to see us fail, if you want to make sure that we're, you know, still healthy and alive and together.
It's entertainment at the very least.
Yes. We hope to
Come
see you
join
next
us.
month. We've got at least another month of building and making everything look pretty. Anyway, subscribe, ring the bell, shoot us a like, tell all your friends. Bye.
Bye.